It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers under the lights on Thursday night.
It's the fourth country to become part of the NFL's International Series, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And away we go, here in Sao Paulo. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Herbert throwing right away. It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up an LA first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
He sends this one to the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. Herbert. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. Mike Williams, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. He's got to gain a 6 there. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3-and-out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Chargers take possession. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Conklin brings it in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Short side option here. He's running left. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. To the air this time. Herbert. Throw complete to Williams. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All set up now for 1st and 10. He'll give on the counter. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. The throw is caught. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw, Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Chargers trying to add to their lead. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Harris. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. Najee Harris, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Blitz coming, Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And this one does not go far. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Another punt coming up. Matt Ariza to do the honors once again. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. Got 46 on his first punt, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Herbert back to throw. Completed here to Johnston. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. Complete beyond the marker. And to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
That throw finds Conklin. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10 from the 41. Herbert throwing again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now Herbert again. Escapes the pocket. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop. That is the halfway point here on Thursday night, as we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The party's still going for 2 more quarters, football fans. We're back underway from Brazil. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. It gives it Pacheco to start the drive. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They send a man in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. Keeps himself upright. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Darius Davis to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Into the hands of Conklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Herbert now, blitz coming. He's on the trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Harris gets it on the draw. And they bring him down around the 34.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The wind was at his sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs and Xavier Worthy back in possession here. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. On target to Worthy. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Won't get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Another throw for Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City! So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Rager with the return here. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first is Herbert. Escapes the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. He picks up 15 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it again. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Herbert from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
He's back to throw. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They're out and set, first and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. He can run it. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Chiefs trail by 6. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Play action, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
He'll look to throw it. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Second and 3 now. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Setting up to pass. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Here he is to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now to throw. Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Desperation time here on fourth. That pass is complete to Kelce. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Again, Mahomes to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Well, they waited right until the end to use this final timeout. Only 6 seconds left on the clock. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing again, Mahomes. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chargers as we say ciao from Sao Paulo.